We're up at Smale in North Ireland, and with me is Aileen here with a beautiful horse called
Red.
And obviously this is your pride and joy.
Yes, he's my horse. Love him to bits, and he's an absolute angel, but they all say that.
Now, we come to talk to you because it's been talked about in Tynwald this week about maybe having mounted police, run around on horses. The idea's been turned down completely. But you've contacted me because you think there is mileage in having some usage of horses. And I should point out you're a special policeman, of course.
Yes, I'm a special constable, and I just wanted to put clarification on the fact that it's not mounted police that I've put a proposal to the constabulary for. I put a proposal last July for the use of volunteers giving high visibility patrols and presence in the rural community, utilising their hobbies. So it could be anything from mountain bike riding, trials bike riding, cycling, dog walking, horse riding, but giving that high visibility presence, whether as a community volunteer or as a special constable.
You put this idea forward to the police, and what happened?
Basically, they say that they're going to look at it under the strategic review of the special constabulary, even though in November I asked for a 12-month trial of the volunteers and special constables on horseback, and I have had a generous donation from Mr and Mrs Doricott towards a 12-month trial, so it would mean there would be no funding for the constabulary. They still want to review it in the strategic review.
But what would it mean? Would it look like police, on horseback? I mean, what would be the image you would be portraying?
I mean, in the United Kingdom, there's 8 constabularies that do this. They have community volunteers and special constables on horseback. The community volunteers wear a high visibility jacket that just says, for example, Rutland Constabulary Horse Watch. The special constables wear their police uniform with obviously an appropriate riding hat and long boots and black jodhpurs, and so they do have police written on them, and the horses do have police on their high visibility sheets. I
think most people's perceptions when you see police on horses is riots or football matches, should I say?
That is why you mustn't use the term mounted police, because it is not mounted. It is high visibility patrols and presence in the rural community. So all you're doing is the community volunteers and the special constables are just out doing their hobby with their police or high visibility clothing on.
So you'd just be, for instance, around this sort of area?
This sort of area where I go for a hack normally, down on the Airs. The Airs warden has all sorts of problems with fly tipping, bonfires in the summer, drinking in the summer, dogs off the leads during the nesting season. She's very, very, and DEFRA very, very supportive of the idea, along with civil defence, commissioners, Kurt Michael commissioners with their speeding problem. It's something that in the UK has been known to reduce speeding on country roads. It's been known and proven to reduce fly tipping, minor thefts from beauty spots, thefts of fuel from farms, things like that. So it does have a proven record, and it was started in the UK in 2008 when the recession started to hit, and they started to look elsewhere for help in neighbourhood policing.
I can see you're very passionate about this. So where's the blockage? Is it with the chief constable or is it with the minister? I mean, have you tried those avenues, presumably?
The minister is very supportive. He said I had 100% of his support. The chief minister, the treasury minister, and numerous other ministers are supporting it. MHKs are supporting it. Basically, everybody I've spoken to is supporting it. But unfortunately, apart from a meeting I had with the Chief Constable last August, I haven't had any other meetings or discussions with them. I've sent them letters. The last letter I sent in January, and unfortunately I haven't had an acknowledgement to. So just saying about the burglaries and the fact that high visibility presence in the rural community. So I think the blockage is probably with the senior management team.
Because, as you say, if you've got sponsorship for any extra costs, it should be a win-win on this. I'm guessing at least have a try and see what it's like, yeah?
Well, that's what I can't understand, because if you have the trial now, at least as you do the strategic review, you would get feedback from the public. You would see whether there are other members of the public with other hobbies that would be interested in being community volunteers. Because there's no cost to them, the government insurance treasury have checked up, the government insurance covers it, so there's no cost to government to get additional insurance. There's absolutely, from what I can see, no cost to the government for this. I've said that I'll fund my own horse, and all they pay me is 10p an hour. So, and at the end of the day...
That's a specials rate, isn't it,
yeah,
10p?
10p an hour. And at the end of the day, they say that resources are a problem. Well, I have a choice. I go out on my horse as my hobby, or I go out for the police on a morning. I'm not going to go out for the police. I'm going to go out for my ride
And of course,
and fly the flag for them.
Of course, with the recent amount of burglaries on the Isle of Man, which were happening in some quite remote areas, it's just, as you say, probably visibility more than anything, isn't it?
It is purely visibility. It is high visibility, and they've found all sorts of benefits. The public come, and it's well known, public come and talk to horses, they talk to the police. The benefits have been proven in the UK, just for that community sort of
Yeah. Well, let's see.
reassurance.
Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get some response on this and see if we can get you out and about. That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it?
It would be nice, but not just for horse riders, for all sorts of other hobbies. If there's anybody out there with other hobbies, I'm sure, as volunteers, they'd be interested.